Today we are having one of our younger members, Nick Tyack, sent off on a 3-day or more 72-mile paddle on the Wampanoag Canoe Trail Passage. He's doing it as a fundraiser for the North and South Rivers Watershed Association. Nick has a long history of playing in our rivers and learning about them, and he was a river camp counselor for us, and so he wanted to give back, and so he decided to take on this passage. And the passage itself is a really interesting historic trail, designated back in the early 70s as the Wampanoag Canoe Trail Passage.
So in general, just to raise awareness of the North River watershed, North and South River watershed, and the Taunton River watershed. And especially in the middle, there are these areas that are like very almost like wilderness. You can't see anything, and I guess you kind of come out of that when you go towards the end near Taunton. You see these McDonald's and fast food restaurants and stuff.
Will you have trouble getting through parts of it?
Yeah, definitely. There are going to be some good portage spots. Tomorrow, actually, I'm going to wake up early and go just in my whitewater kayak and try and get through some of these brooks in Pembroke and do some of the portaging there.
As a parent, one of the things that's been wonderful for me to see over the last 2 years is how he's rediscovered his interest in natural history and environmental issues. Elementary school and high school, I don't think he had as many ways in school to explore this interest of his. And he went to college not mentioning it as one of his areas he'd be interested in. And
what was he talking about when he first went out there?
He loves Japanese, so he's very interested in Japanese culture, in history, and he thought he might be interested in neurobiology. But by being there, they sort of freed him up to try lots of things. And now I see that the kinds of things he's doing relate directly to his passions as a 3 to 5-year-old before he went to school at all. Loving the river, loving a watershed, being interested in the wildlife there, and concerned about what kinds of things humans are doing may be harming them. So it's great to see that a college education, in this case, can free him to rediscover connections to interests that were a very strong part of his life before he started going to school.
When you see his face now, do you see the little kid in him?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's thought to have been a passage where the Native Americans would connect through Massachusetts Bay, up the North River, through to the Taunton River, and down to Narragansett Bay. King Philip used it in King Philip's Wars. He will have some difficult passages to go through in order to accomplish all of this. He'll have to portage around quite a few roads, dams, culverts, but some areas of this are still as beautiful as the Native Americans saw it. In a sort of surreal way, he'll probably see some beautiful wild areas, and then he'll see some very built-upon areas, strip mall type areas.
This is Sue Scheibel, staff reporter for the Patriot Ledger and Gatehouse Media New England. For more coverage, go to patriotledger.com.